time for another comic book haul video where I have much smaller pile than last time. So we're going to take a look at the latest pickups here. So let's get into them. Hi everyone, so I passed by my comic shop again last week. I didn't intend to, it wasn't planned because it had only been a week since my last visit and my last pickup video. But when I'd finished work, I dropped a work colleague off into Sutton and my way home brought me through Croydon. So it kind of stood to reason to stop and just park up in the car park, go and pick up my comic books from my comic shop, and then wait a few weeks before I go again. So I have this little haul here. We're going to take a look at them. I've got to find a better way to film this, so I'm going to try something different again, and yeah, we'll have a look at what I got this time around. So let's do it. Okay, so a bit of an uneven surface I'm on, but there we go. So first up, I picked up, this is a UK release. These are the sort of things that you can pick up in your Sainsbury's, in your Tesco's, in your WH Smith's and things like that. And this is a sort of reprint in the Venom Lethal Protector series. Not the original one, because that was the very first ever Venom mini-series called Lethal Protector, but the new current one that came out not too long ago. So it's a square-bound graphic novel, essentially, reprinting those. I think I picked up the first couple of issues, and then I didn't pick the others up for whatever reason, and that first 6 issues are reprinted in this, and thusly I picked it up like this to read. I believe this includes Silver Sable in it, if I'm not mistaken, in this story. The character of Silver Sable, obviously yes, there we go, there's Silver Sable there. Yeah, but I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, but I thought I would show it. I didn't show it in my last video, although I did get it then at that point. So we have that. Then moving on, we have 2 issues of this, 2 covers of variant covers. One which is a Jim Lee cover, and this cover here for issue 1 of Absolute Batman, which is the new Batman series. There's an Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman to follow as well. Story by Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder's a decent artist. So there's Wonder Woman there. So yeah, I'll give this one a read. You know, when they do something new with Batman, I do give it a go, although I do think Batman is very overplayed in the comics now. And I kind of went off of Batman for a little while, but you know, reading the comics and that, but being a new issue 1, I thought I'd give it a go. So yeah, so Batman, but you know, like I said, there are 2 variant covers. There we go. So that's that. Interior's the same. I just picked up 2 variants, but there we go. So next up, I've done the same with this one, 2 variant covers. And it is for the Terminator, the new Terminator comic by Dynamite. Now, Terminator has been in comics for a while, you know, a long time. Originally, it was Dark Horse that had the rights to the Terminator franchise, done Terminator comics, and it's been, Dark Horse never kept hold of it. It's been through different comic companies and things like that. So again, the contents are the same. This cover here is an Alex Ross cover. Alex Ross is a very famous comic book artist who, the Marvels, if you know comics, you'll know the Marvels and that comic series from Christ, I don't know when that was, the 1990s probably. He's worked in DC as well. He actually done a Terminator series from Now Comics. Actually, Now Comics had Terminator before. I'm recollecting wrong. Dark Horse wasn't the first comic company to do Terminator comics. It was Now Comics. And obviously they done a comic book called Terminator The Burning Earth, which was all the insides were painted by Alex Ross, and that must have been, Christ, I'm going back to the 1980s with this one, and that might have been when Dark Horse actually had them in the 1980s. That's when they got Aliens and Predator, so it would have been around that. Christ, I feel old now, but let's have a quick flick through. So yeah, this is Alex Ross cover, and Alex Ross did actually do covers for the Universal Monsters Steelbook Blu-ray releases. Fantastic covers. So we'll take a little flick through this one. So yeah, a new Terminator comic. Always interested to visit, although Terminator comics, some are okay, some not so much, but again, from Dynamite, I thought I would give it a go. Why not? You know, what I wouldn't mind seeing actually is a Terminator comic that fills in the hole for Terminator Dark Fate. I want to see what happened to that Terminator that killed John Connor at the start of that, and his journey to becoming that drape salesman. That's the story I want to see. Anyone else with me on that one? Let me know. So next up we have issue 3 of The Rocketeer. You may know the film of The Rocketeer if you're, you know, not a comic fan, a film fan, you're watching this. But yes, so The Rocketeer gets miniseries every now and then. I jump in, I jump out. You know, this miniseries I have got, some are okay, some not so good. But The Rocketeer as a character I do like. I like the sort of era setting and all that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a good character. The film was very good. I do like the film of The Rocketeer. I think it is great. So yeah, so we have The Rocketeer there, variant cover, there art inside. Yeah, so we have that. I didn't pick up another cover for that one. I only picked up variant covers for them two that I showed you there. Then we have Toxic Avenger. The Toxic Avenger. Now, Toxic Avenger films from Troma, they're a lot of fun, cheap, you know. Obviously, there's a new Toxic Avenger film that's been made with Peter Dinklage in it, which doesn't look like it's going to see the light of day. There we go. Toxic Avenger has had a comic book before. I know back in the day, in the 90s, Marvel Comics, or late 80s, Marvel Comics did a Toxic Avenger comic book around the time that you had Toxic and the animated cartoon series, Toxic Crusaders, or whatever it was called. And the dog's jumped up and has got in the way, because I'm actually filming on the bed. But there we go. So, then his pantaloony. He needs a cut, look. He's like he's got pantaloon legs there, look. Because all the fur here, and then it's like nothing there. Strange little doggy. But there we go. Storm, you need to get out of my way, baby. You want to say hello. So there's Storm. There she is. Good girl. Look, you can see a red in her. There's a red in her coat that you can, the light catches it at times and you can see it. Anyway, sit down. Good girl. Sit, lay down. Good girl. Good girl. Lay down. She's gonna, we'll see if we can do this with her in the way, without her getting in the way. So, yeah, we got this. Now, the art in here, the art is somewhat questionable, I suppose. It's very stylized. It's an acquired taste. Toxie looks a bit weird, but there we go. Storm, get away. Sit down. Sit. Lay down. Oh, but anyway, yeah, so I thought I'd give that a go because I haven't read a Toxic Avenger comic in like forever. So I thought, oh, okay, I didn't even know it was coming out. I saw it, I thought, I'll try it. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a try, but we'll see. So Toxic Avenger. Yeah. Next up, we have the latest issue of Transformers. This is issue 13 with Starscream on the cover. Again, I do, you know, Transformers. Is that Omega Supreme there? Oh, look, Omega Supreme. Giant toy, that one was. Jetfire. Optimus Prime. Some of the G.I. Joe in this one, obviously. So, yeah, so we have the Transformers comic there. Yeah, fantastic. So next up, we only have 3 more, okay? 3 more. So first up, we'll go with Gunslinger, latest issue of Gunslinger Spawn, issue 36. Now, if you watch the channel, you know my liking for the character of Spawn, so I won't say it again, but yeah, I love Spawn. There we go. All said and done. So Gunslinger Spawn. That's that pickup. And then we have here, we have Scorched, which is another Spawn spin-off, issue 34, with the she-Spawn on the cover. Again, decent art inside, but you come to expect that from a Todd McFarlane Spawn comic, even if McFarlane himself doesn't draw them anymore. He may do the cover, odd cover now and then, which isn't always nice. But he's a busy man, isn't he, with his toys and all that sort of a thing. So, yeah, we have Spawn, which is, yeah. And some of the cheapest comic books on the shelves, Spawn comics are. And then last but not least, we have From the Ashes, A New Beginning, Sentinels. Now, we also have a Mystique comic coming out, which reminds me of an era when you had a Sentinel comic. And it was very much like an Iron Giant kind of take on a Sentinel. And I think this is kind of harking back to those comics, because at the same time, Mystique had a comic, Emma Frost had a comic, as I recall. And this is very similar to that. So it's about a group, though, of individuals. So I don't know if there's a link or not. But I thought, okay, let's give it... Sorry, I'm sneezing. I thought... this might be interesting. I'll give it a go. Omega Red there. Yeah, basically, it's one of those comics that's not linked to any film or any TV property. So I find them easier to read than when they're trying to sort of keep up with what the films do. Who is the all-new Venom? There has been a couple of Venoms in the past. Characters who, you know... comics, Venom comics that haven't been Eddie Brock. So what if Minnie became Captain Marvel? Ugh, Disney. And the dog's passing by. The dog's passing by the camera, but there we go. So yeah, so we have that there, which is, like I said, Sentinels Onslaught, issue 2. So yeah, so there we have that there. So that was the comic book pickups. Most of them, bar one this week. Yeah, so there we go. So thoughts always welcome down below. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. So take care all, and yeah, see you later. Goodbye.